We're engaged these days in the heavy debate as to whether gender is binary or not. How male is the male? How female is the female? On one side of the argument, a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and it's absolutely crazy to doubt that or to erase that border that Mother Nature obviously put there. Man is a man, a woman is a woman. Stop the debate. There's nothing to talk about. The other side of the argument says there's more to a human being than his gender. A human being can be bigger than their gender. The soul is neither male nor female. So the soul could be female even if the body is male. Or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So really the debate boils down to, is there a part of a man that is greater than the gender? Is there a part of a woman that is greater than her gender, which allows for the option that you can actually change your gender? It's a fascinating question and debate. If it's done honestly, with a sincere desire to know the truth. When it becomes a political battle, then it's not interesting at all. It just turns nasty. Well, let's think about that concept just for a moment. Is there more to a human being than the gender? Let's see. Is there more to a human being than consciousness? A human being who is unconscious, in a coma, is he still a complete human being? Is his humanity bigger than his consciousness? And the answer is yes. And that's why to kill a person in a coma is murder. What is it about a human being that is so essential that you cannot be human without it? A person with very limited intelligence is not a human being. A person with very negative, evil instincts and impulses is not a human being. In other words, there is something about us that is bigger than almost anything or any aspect of our personality, character, and so on. Why shouldn't it be the same for gender? A human being would be a human being even if he wasn't a male or a female. So that part of me that is bigger than my agenda should be able to switch genders. At the same time, let's look at the other implication. If there's a part of me that is beyond male and female, then I should be free to choose which of the two I prefer, but not be forced into changing, right? Saying that you cannot change implies that there is nothing greater to you than your gender. But saying that there's more to you than your gender means you don't have to change. You can be either one, because you're bigger than the gender, so the gender cannot impose itself on you without your consent. Now, obviously, this consent is not something you can do or decide every day and change your mind every day. It's a consent someplace deep in your soul. That part of you that is bigger than your consciousness and bigger than your character and bigger than your gender, that's where the decision has to happen. So if you really believe that the soul is gender neutral, then it has to be free to choose, not compelled to choose. So that makes the subject, the conversation a little more complicated. The person who feels trapped in a gender is desperate to regain freedom, which is understandable. But regaining freedom means I can be either one. I don't need to go through painful operations. I can be comfortable with either one because I'm bigger than both of them. So if I happen to be male, why would I not accept it, since I'm capable of either one? So to try to prove my independence by feeling compelled to change my gender is not really independence at all. It's just a change of dependency. So really the question is, how do we get to that part in us that is truly free? That's a fascinating conversation. To be continued. We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal, it's questions and answers, it's conversation. It's really relaxed, it's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program, there's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us, take a look, click the link below, and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation.